Welcome everybody, today we're gonna talk about our newest addition to the Pokemon Unite guide video series, our groundbreaking dragon fighting favorite Garchomp. In this guide I'm going to show you everything you need to know, how to play it, which battle and held items are the most effective, and what tips and tricks as well as strategies are the most effective when playing with Garchomp in Pokemon Unite. My name's Kay, with that said, let's jump right into the guide. Garchomp has a difficulty intermediate, is an all-rounder with melee and attack stat type bonus. That means every item which increases its attack also increases the damage of the basic attacks as well as of all moves. The progression looks as follows. We're starting out on level 1 as Gible, evolving into Gabite on level 6 and then into Garchomp on level 10. Our first two moves we can choose from are Bulldoze and Sand Attack. Bulldoze is simply an area of effect attack which stomps to the ground and deals damage to all the Pokemon in this area, and Sand Attack doesn't deal any damage, but it hurts sand into the eyes of enemies and they getting obstructed in their view, and it also decreases their movement speed for a short time, and our movement speed is increased as well as the basic attack speed. So you see very much happening in the beginning, which also plays well with the basic attack of Garchomp. When starting out as Garchomp, I always take Sand Attack with me. You might think, why are you taking an attack which deals no damage? Because of the increased attack speed, and you see how quickly you can get through those APMs, especially if you have a lane partner with you. And that helps you to keep those 5 bars alive. So remember, every time our basic attack is on level 5, we are getting increased basic attack speed, and this is a very good combination, especially for the early game, to deal quick damage to the APMs and of course to your enemies as well. And the second ability is Bulldoze, which is simply an area of effect attack which deals damage to all the enemies in this area. Combined with Sand Attack, the increased basic attack speed, Bulldoze helps you to keep those damage numbers in the beginning relatively high. Level 6 gives us the opportunity to choose between Dig and Dragon Rush. Dig lets us burrow underground and move towards our direction. As soon as we hit an enemy or enemy Pokemon, we're jumping out and dealing damage. And of course we're jumping out on the maximum distance as well. On level 12 we're unlocking Dig Plus, which reduces the damage we're receiving for a short time after we're jumping out from the ground. And Dragon Rush, the other move on the side, has some combo ability with Dragon Claw. But firstly we're backing up to create distance and then diving into enemies and shoving them. When we have Dragon Claw as well, we can use it while getting back, so it's a very good combo attack. I'm going to show you in a minute how this looks. On level 12 we are unlocking Dragon Rush Plus, which decreases the movement speed of enemy Pokemon for a short time when they are shoved by the maximum distance of this move. When getting to level 6 and evolving to Gabite, we get the access to Dig, and you see, as soon as we hit an enemy Pokemon, we are getting out of the earth and dealing damage to all the Pokemon in the area. Again, that's the maximum distance we're dealing it, and close up, we're getting almost back immediately. So you see, it's a good attack to get some distance and to get to your enemies and throw them in the air to have a quick CC. So that's a crowd control ability to keep enemies on the place and to not let them away. Combined with the attack power of your team and yours as well, you can deal damage to them and hopefully win the fight. When level 6 we can also choose Dragon Rush, and you see the first set of moves is ground type and the second is Dragon Rush, and I would always prefer to combine both of them because you're getting, especially in the Dragon side, bonus abilities and a bonus combo. But let's have a look at Dragon Rush first. You see, we're diving headfirst into the enemy and shoving them away. Again, they are shoved all the way when hitting them from close by, and you see at the end they are stunned for a quick brief amount, and then we can combine it and follow up with more other attacks. But you're gonna see how effective this move becomes with especially Dragon Claw. But one ability or one situation where you could use it is when enemies are at their goal zone, for example, and you want to push them away. You can use this move so they don't get any healing and you can strike them down. And level 8 also follows the play of ground and dragon type attacks, on the one side with Earthquake and on the other side with Dragon Claw. Earthquake is as well an area of effect attack which deals damage and leaves an area which pulsates damage to enemies which go through this area. On level 14 we're getting Earthquake Plus, which also decreases the movement speed of enemy Pokemon for a short time when they are in this area of effect of the move. Dragon Claw, the other ability which combines very well with Dragon Rush, lets us attack twice in front, with the first hit being normal and the second being stronger. After the move ends, our basic attack speed is increased for a short time, and Dragon Claw Plus gets unlocked on level 14, which increases simply the damage of this move. You're going to see how this looks in a combo in a second. And on level 8, we are getting access to Earthquake, and that's simply an improved variant of your first move you got right from the beginning, in combination with the additional AoE damage, which deals damage over time. So you see the radius is bigger, of course, you're dropping it down, and for some hits, enemies getting additional damage. It can be a good combination to get with Dig into the faces of your enemies, put down Earthquake, and especially with the plus variant, when you reduce the movement speed of enemies, it can be very effective to keep them at place and deal a huge amount of damage when needed. And now on level 8 with Dragon Claw, we are getting a very cool combo which I want to show you and which I like to play mostly when taking Garchomp. You have Dragon Rush and you have a short time when preparing this, but first let's have a look at Dragon Claw itself. When using it, let's keep those beers alive for a second, you see 2 hits and the second one is the stronger one. And Dragon Rush, you're jumping down and you're getting headfirst into the fight. But when using Dragon Rush, and as soon as you use it, you have to press the other move and you're getting a combo like this. You see, you're twirling around in the air, striking enemies twice and combining it with the power of Dragon Rush and getting all those bonus stats when using both moves. And this can be really devastating when used correctly. Again, against this APM, Dragon Rush preparing with Dragon Claw, and this damage is very huge, especially when you have those high crits. You see it from the scope lens and when evolving to Garchomp. The amazing damage is just huge. And with the evolution to Garchomp on level 10, we are unlocking our Unite move, Livid Outrage. This is simply a huge and giant attack where we're stomping around the field and we have multiple hits based on our aim, and you're gonna see fields on the ground which lets us jump forward and striking down for huge damage numbers. After this move has ended, we are unable to act for a short time. And on level 10 with the evolution to Garchomp, we are getting our Unite move. And you see the range isn't as good as you might think at the beginning, but when you drop it down, that happens. You see that orange field on the floor, and every time you don't have to press anything, and every time a certain amount of time passes, Garchomp is attacking in this direction with heavy hitting blows. And at the end you see for a quick time you cannot move, but when placed correctly and used correctly in the fight, you can really destroy enemies and have lots of fun with this move. Now let's quickly talk about the basic attack. It becomes boosted with every 5th attack, dealing increased damage and then restoring our HP. And for a short time after a boosted attack hits, every time one of our next basic attacks or moves hits an enemy Pokemon, the basic attack speed is increased. So you see, you can get quite a huge amount of basic attack speed increase with Garchomp when keeping those 5 bars alive. So activate it in the settings to always see how far you are, and it's very important to keep this bar up every time so you have all the possible damage you can have. And of course we also have a passive ability. In this case, every time we're getting struck by a melee attack, a portion of the damage is reflected back to the attacker. So every time somebody hits you, you hit them automatically back. Now let's have a look at the health items of Garchomp, and you're gonna see those 3 items help you to deal massive amount of damage. First we have Muscle Band, then Body Barrier and Scope Lens. With Muscle Band, we're not only increasing our basic attack speed, but also getting a flat attack stat increase, and we're also increasing our damage based on the opponent's remaining HP. Then Body Barrier, of course we're getting HP, but also a shield every time we use our Unite move, and as well our mate with the lowest HP in our area gets it as well. So this is a very good item which helps us in big team fights over objectives, or when fighting for example over Zapdos. And now comes the most important item when you want to play max damage Garchomp, and that's Scope Lens. Not only are we increasing our critical hit damage by 8%, but also our critical hit rate by 4. In my case, because this item is level 20, it depends on the level you have. But everything plays around those increased basic attack stats right from the beginning as well as to the late game with Garchomp. So combined with this increased critical hits and the rate of them, you can deal real havoc on the field. If you want to play a little bit more defensive because you're having struggles to start off with Garchomp, I would recommend taking Focus Band with you. It not only increases your special defense and defense values by a flat amount, but also recovers a certain amount of HP for 3 ticks when getting below a certain HP threshold. Combined with the latest defense and special defense buffs in the patch for Garchomp, this can be a very good alternative when starting out and you want to learn the character and how to play it. And now let's take a quick look at the battle items, and of course I can recommend eject button because every 70 seconds you can get into or out of fights with a quick dash, and this helps you to get into your teamfight or out of pesky situations if needed. But as well, X speed can be a very good alternative when you want to move quickly from point A to point B, especially because it has a lower cooldown than eject button. But if you want to be a real damage dealer and getting everything out of Garchomp, I recommend taking X attack. You're losing a little bit of survivability, but every 40 seconds you're increasing your attack and special attack, and combined with the right moves and, for example, your Unite move, you can destroy enemies in a second. So you see, there are some options when playing with Garchomp when taking your battle items. And dear friends, now it's time for the question of the day, and I want to know from you, which Pokemon is your favorite Dragon type 1? Write it down in the comments, I want to know, let me know who's your most beloved one. Now we had a detailed look of all moves, abilities, which battle and held item is the most effective with Garchomp. So in the next few scenes I'm going to show you how I've been using it and what strategies I've used to win fights in Pokemon Unite. Let's have fun and take a look. In this scenario, my teammates left me alone on the bottom line, but you're gonna see how those increased basic attacks, speed attacks, can help you to deal even with a Lucario and a Gengar. You see, it's trying to fight me down, but of course I'm staying at my goal to get those 200 health ticks, and now Lucario used everything and I can just strike it down and then get all of those Bs and getting to level 5 and quicker to my Dragon Rush upgrade, which will help me to dominate this lane even more. Like I said in the move section, now you're gonna see how effective Dragon Rush can be when putting enemies out of their goal zone. You see Lucario trying to strike me down, but our teammates helping together, and now there is Gengar on his goal and Lucario as well, and I'm pushing them out with Dragon Rush, and now we can deal with both of them without having any trouble with the healing from the goal and then striking all those points and of course winning this lane. This is a quick one, but I want to show you why I like to take Scope Lens with me. Look at those high crit damage numbers. Lucario is a heavy hitter. Of course, it's one level below us, but all those crits helps us to really defeat it and to really put it down without any fear of anything happening. Once again, something from the early game. In this I'm going to show you why I always recommend to evolve as quickly as possible. You see, of course we have Bulldoze and Sand Attack, but the damage numbers aren't as high, especially when the enemies evolve and getting stronger as well. But with the evolution level 6 we finally get access to Dragon Rush or Dig, and with this move now we can move quicker around the map, dealing more damage due to the evolution and helping our mates to strike them down, and in this case getting all those points into the enemy goal. So you see, it's very important to keep those levels high and to also deal damage to all the Pokemon you can get. Like I said before, it's very important to level up, and in this case we had a little mistake because Pikachu took away this farm at the top and now I'm stuck at level 5. With that I don't have access to my first advanced moveset and I'm a little bit on the wrong side when fighting. You see, both are pre-evolved as well as Blastoise and Cinderace, and now I have no chance to deal any damage or to keep them with the CC on the side I want, so I have to get down to the Scorpish, getting more time and leaving of course the goal unprotected in this case, but I don't think anyone strikes it, to get this Dragon Rush and to finally have more possible actions when it comes about attacking. The full damage potential is reached when you have level 8, and especially in this case when you have both Dragon Rush and Dragon Claw to get your combo up. You see, I went back to the jungle after being defeated and to get this Corphish down as well, because I knew, okay, when I get all of them I can finally unlock Dragon Claw, and combined with that now I can go into the fight, use my combos, and you're gonna see, combined with the power of my team, we can defeat all of the enemies and get to Dreadnought as quickly as possible. With that, those heavy strikes helping us to get all this enemy back to their side, getting down those points, it was a sneaky one, and then even hitting this Eldegoss very hard so it doesn't stand a chance, and now Lucario destroys their goal, and after that we are getting down to Dreadnought and defeating it finally for those sweet XP. And this one shows you how effective a Unite move can be when placed correctly. You see, we're fighting over our goal and I missed the Dragon Claw, but now I see, okay, that Crustle has used its Unite move. I'm low on health, but I see my chance to get into it. Combined with Pikachu's Unite move and mine, we are just striking all of them down, and you see the huge damage numbers and the huge damage potential when it comes about the Unite move of Garchomp. Oh well, Garchomp, everybody who played Pokemon Diamond, Pearl or Platinum knows how strong this Pokemon can be. And as well in Pokemon Unite, with the combined ground and dragon type attacks and with the combos, we have very good options, especially after the patches, to deal a good amount of damage and play a very good all-rounder when it comes to the roster. I hope you could learn something new when playing Garchomp, or now you have an idea how you can use it in the most effective way to win your fights in Pokemon Unite as well. If you liked the video, if you could take anything informative out of it, I'd be tremendously happy if you could support this video with a like, write down a comment and of course leave a subscription. Because in that way YouTube knows that these videos are good and more people can find them and learn everything about Pokemon Unite and the fighters in it. With that said, thanks for your time, my name's Kay and see you soon.